at you again. But I have found some very choice selections here on a Facebook group that I've found. Very nice people, very good people. The same group where I found the guy that I got a band switch from. I don't know if he knew it or not. I got a series rolling on that. Just trying to figure out how to make it work. Because it's already banned, so I'm trying to mod that switch. Be able to emulate on it, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with it. I don't think I need Android on it, but I digress. Today we're going to be working on this Game Boy Advance. A fellow in that group, I just went on there like, hey, I'm looking for broken stuff. It's what I do. It's what I'm here for. He said he got a hold of this, and it was busted. Well, the other day I was messing around with it, and it's not as broken as you thought it was. One of these dudes that just buy and sell and sling old crap, they never take the time to just look. He could have sold it to me way more expensive. But I think what it mainly was is all it did is take the shell off and just clean the power. Now, I asked one of my kids the other day, what should I replace this shell with? Because this thing, well loved is the best way to put it. So they're like, hey, get a glow-in-the-dark one. Well, they make glow-in-the-dark ones. Surprisingly. This is really nice. It feels like it's fresh out of the factory from back in the early 2000s. But let's go ahead and tear into this. I'm going to switch it up and give everything a really good clean just to be absolutely sure that I don't have to do anything else to it. Let's put those to the side. Boy, this has got screws everywhere. Alright. And this little reshell kit I bought. It did come with some screwdrivers, you know, I like tools. I think I got about 6 pairs of these, ones in particular. I'm not going to use those. This set I bought off of Amazon. It's probably my favorite one. Does everything I wanted to do, and just put your finger up on there. Nice little twirl action. And they're magnetic. Best combo you can ever look for and hope for. Boy, these screws are crusty. Crusty. Alright, do that. In the eBay shop where I bought this case, or the shell, they were not kind enough to actually have one of these ready to go and printed off. Now I can't tell you what the serial number was on this. That's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Don't need that. See, look how nasty that is. Boy. Makes me wonder if I should be wearing gloves. Probably still ain't gonna be the worst thing that I've had to handle. All the stuff I gotta mess with at my, I can't really call it a day job. That's why it's called swing shift around here. Kind of just go numb to the fact that there's a lot of carcinogen and high-powered cleaner and oils, hydraulic oils. Kind of just go numb to that stuff after a while. bar is, I think, this is only held together by 2 screws. That's amazing. This is the first time I ever torn into Game Boy Advance as well. Well, besides when I kind of took it apart just to see if I could quickly get it working again. Dang. Alright. I have to fiddle with that screen a little bit. So let's go ahead and do the hard stuff first. Woo! Nasty. Boy, I tell you, it is gross. Alright. I think of the best way to start peeling this apart. Do a little pry action first. Oh, shoot, look at that. The old adhesive just came right off, everybody. Look at that. Too easy. Okay. See what happens when you speak too fast? A little too soon, if you will. Now, I do have another one. And I do not have any plans to start doing IPS mods and stuff like that. Personally, my soldering skills are brand new. I've already attempted to do one thing. It's for a friend of mine and hers. Old Zune. Get that out of here. But definitely, probably at one point, I am going to replace this. But like I said, I'm not worried about that. We're just going to sit here and clean for a minute. Also, a lot of time, just a bunch of gunk gets in here and just starts making the contacts bridge. You know, like I said, it's just a little power button right here. I just gave it a little clean and just fired right up, ready to go. Getting that schmuck off right there. Get the power button a real good alcohol bath. And these things apparently were a dirt trap back in the day. Today too. Ooh. Nasty. Probably the dirtiest console I've torn apart so far. Well, you know, here we are. Just giving it a good clean. Just trying to get this freaking out of here. Kind of hard to do that when there's this magnet in these, and it looks like it wants to be magnetized, whatever the heck's in there. We'll get it though. Just gotta be smarter than the magnet itself. Tell you what, that little piece of plastic is putting in some work keeping crud out of it. But once I hang on to it. Alright. Gotta use a new Q-tip every time. Got it. big Q-tip probably loves me right now. Going a little dry here, see what we could do. You like that ASMR action? I hope so, because that was for y'all that stuck around. Alright, boom, done. Back to what we were doing. Put that over there, right there. Definitely make sure those contacts for the button inputs are nice and clean. I think that'll do that. Give them a good rub. Now I do know, man, I can't remember the company. They're starting to make brand new PCBs where you just take this chip right here. I want to say they did it for the Game Boy Advance, but they did it for the original Game Boy. Might have been with Game Boy Color. But yeah, just brand new PCB boards. I'm hoping I come across a really dead one. Then I'll probably most likely do a little bit of that. But here's the thing, you gotta take this off and solder it back on exactly how it is. It takes a little micro soldering. Like I stated earlier, I haven't soldered too dang much in my life. Even recently, I'm starting doing this. So we'll see. That'll be something for the future, that's for sure. For sure. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best idea. Get all this metallic bull crap off real quick. Well, don't you start falling apart now. But I like the idea of new PCBs. You just take the actual chip that tells everything to do everything. You'll really start making these things last practically forever. Practically. And if I remember right too, it's open source, so you could, in fact, yourself, do something like that. The YouTube channel I found that on was a YouTube channel called Mucho Nacho. A fella named Tito does a great job. I like watching him too. All right. Of course. work. Do a little bit of that. A little bit of that action. Put you up here. Okay, so that goes, this little thing goes right here. The things I do. Oh yeah, perfect. A-B, keyed, because if you're like me, you're not the best at doing that crap backwards. Put that on last. Try to size these up real quick. Oh, these are a little bit shorter. Well, not that much. That's a Y bit. Y bit. Y bit. Y bit. Guess what? Another Y bit. Y bit. Yeah, it looks like this is for everything else. Phillips. Why is that a Y bit? That's a tiny Y bit. Phillips. Phillips. You know what? I bet that's to replace this one right here. Be my guess. Even though it's a little shorter. Oh well. Okay. Just giving it a once over real quick. Everything looking pretty good. Just gonna go ahead and do this number. So it tells me that's probably got some crud in it. All right. Put that right here. God dang it. I'm just gonna scavenge this little black thing off, the old one, real quick. It's not gonna be weird to put a bunch of silicone adhesive or anything in there. That'd be not make any sense, because I would not be able to freaking fix it after that. Yeah, I know this is kind of crusty, but I'm here to tell you this adhesive is still sticky. sticky enough anyways. Yeah, that's just acting as a gasket more than anything else. I will tell you this though. What the heck? Nah, I'm just gonna go with this. If you are having a hard time with this, and it keeps sticking to you too much, a little trick I know. Get a little alcohol on your fingers. Now here's the thing. Yeah, it's gonna like make that resin or the adhesive kind of not stick anymore for a little bit. But however, it will after it dries. The alcohol is going to dry regardless of the situation. Doesn't care where it's at. It's just going to do it. So with that said, you just do it to place it. See? Look at that. Not completely dry yet, but it will. It definitely will. All right. I think that'll do it, everybody. That will do. Just go around, see. That's kind of touching. That's kind of touching. All right. Another Q-tip sacrifice to the Q-tip gods, I guess, real quick. I am not going to mess with that. Well, that screen does have a little bit of everything, something on it. It's all going to heck now. Only a matter of time. Isopropyl alcohol is everybody's best friend. All right. Boom, done. Look at that, folks. That was almost, I ain't gonna say it. I was about ready to jinx myself. Can't be having that. No sirree, we cannot be having that. Huh, that'd be dang. That's interesting. These are like little, just the start and select button are just little gooey things. Pretty cool. I did not know that. I thought they were buttons. All right, that. Then this. All right, that looks pretty good, y'all. Okay. It's still gonna do the trick. Put that there. Oh boy. That's why you get the right tools for the job. Okay. We clicking on and off. We are clicking on and off. All right. Which one are you? The Y bit. I don't need you right now. All right. Word of caution when you get a shell replacement kit. Put the screws in nice and easy to the plastic. Your thing only, it's like a pilot hole that's only drilled in there. Just is smaller than the actual size. Found that out when I did a N64 shell or case shell replacement. It's nice and easy, y'all. Yeah, groundskeepers out there honking at each other for the apartment. Now, if I remember right, yep. Okay. This one could go down a little bit more. This one could go down a little bit more as well. You have made an enemy of me. Right hand bumper guard thing. Slap this green ribbon cable back in. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's see what's going on, people. Slight pressure down. Oh, shoot. Okay, so those two screws don't go there. Real question is, where does this other screw go? I guess right there. Although that don't feel too right. Let's set this up right here. No, folks, you get to watch me struggle in real time. That's very interesting. Why now? Okay. The heck? All right, back to nice and easy. I swore I had 3 screws up here. Just want to do a little side-by-side comparison. See, that one right there, that's what's... Oh no, I did have the 2. What the heck is that for? Whatever, it'll be fine. So did that, yeah, it was just the 2. They go here and there. All right. We can drive on now. The original hardwares. So there was 3. Wait. No, this was the heck. It's the same size as that one. You know, y'all, I really don't know. And I can't remember, and I am not at the liberty to look back on my video at the moment. So, I'm going to leave it as is for now. Basically, just to end the freaking video here. Same rules apply. Nice and easy. You're making a new hole. And I was going to say cheap plastic, but I guess when it's all said and done, all plastic is kind of cheap. It's kind of like how talk is cheap. The same amount of time that you're wasting. You're sitting there yakking away, you could just be doing something. This thing drives me nuts at work, man. People just complain, 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 complain. And talk is just cheap. But we're not here for that. We're here to replace this shell on the Game Boy Advance. You know what? I am gonna just reuse this black screw. It just feels right. Oops. Alright, everything looks pretty dang even. Get a new rag for this. Don't worry if the adhesive gets in there, guys. It'll dry. Y'all. this new screen protector on, screen cover, I don't know what they call them. I don't bother to look, I just know it goes there. All right, there we go. Boom. There we go. That. Give that a clean. Put on our new sticker. It's not going to be quite there. Oh, you know what? That ain't half bad. It's a little off to that side, but you know what? There's room for error in this. And I think it did have a different sticker here. Looks like this one didn't have it. I'll have to hunt around for one. I could do that off camera. You don't need to see that. Plenty of websites. Heck, there's plenty of people that just sell these aftermarket stickers. I'm going to go with Midnight Club. Let's see if that even works. There we go. And I could tell this screen protector, something happened to it. Oh, you know what? Let's do an arcade, New York, the Big Apple. Want to do a little cruise traffic? Sure. Sure, why not? Oh, must be blocked off. Ooh. Truth be told, folks, I never played the first two Grand Theft Autos. This would be a perfect burnout game, though. Oh, look at that. Secrets. I want to see what happens. Does it blow up? I don't know. Alrighty, everybody. Well, I do thank you for tuning in. I do hope that you have a good evening, a good morning, a good afternoon, or whatever you got going on. Bye now.